Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Ashadale Sarani Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya You want a lazy couch, Mother? You can sit wherever you feel. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Mataji, Mother Panika, you want to sing? Come in the front. You okay? If you like to sing, if you don't sing. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Vishnupada Paramahansa Paripurajikacharya Shrutara Sadhasi Sima Srila Prabhupada Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON BBT founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jayam Vishnupada Paramahansa Paripurajikacharya Shrutara Sadhasi Sima Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Ananta Gadi Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त बिंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। जगन्नाथ धाम की जय। अलाचवानी रमणीति धाम की जय। वेडनेसडे भगवद गीता क्लास की जय। समवेत वैष्णव बिंद की जय। गंगा मैया जमुना मैया की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत वैष्णव बिंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Well, I'm very surprised today we are on time. Will you all be able to see to recite the sloka together? We're going to recite all the important sloka that Prabhupada picked from each chapter. So today we are doing second chapter, and these are the sloka that Prabhupada used. So we are going to recite those. You can come here also this side if you cannot see from there. Yeah, there's one Gita here also, and there's more room here. You want this?
Sanskrit and translation or just?
There's Sanskrit and translation. I have one English here. If somebody needs. Oh, there's two. So, oh, there's three, four, one. So, even though Krishna is everywhere, we are not everywhere. We are located by our consciousness. Where our consciousness focus, that's where we are. Physically, we may be here, but we are thinking somewhere we are there. So, how do we connect with Krishna since Krishna is everywhere? It's the purification of consciousness. And one of the easiest way to purify the consciousness by glorification, by reciting Krishna's Bhagavad Gita and chanting, singing, and discussion on Bhagavad Gita to remove our ignorance. Then once our consciousness purified, you can be in front of deity. Deity is also Krishna, but you may not be able to see it. You may see the external marble or some. Okay, this is God, but actually Krishna is ultimate absolute truth. Holy name is also absolute truth. There's no difference. But according to our purification of consciousness. So purification means, the beginning of purification is anything you do, anything we do or think, if it is aligned with the devotional principle chalked out by nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're doing, if it is aligned with it, then purification is intact, started. If I'm doing something, it is not aligned, then it is not purification. It may be some kind of rituals. But we need spirit behind it. So that's beginning of purification. And end of purification, the contemplation of sensual contemplation will not even take place. Such a wonderful, you'll be free. So, we did this on the Bhagavad Gita chapter 1, where we started Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 last week, and today we'll end also. This is just we are picking few questions, not the whole chapter. You can read the whole chapter. We are picking the most essential question that relevant to our life where we are. So, and then one of the things we do, that we pick the verses that Prabhupada used in his lifetime a lot. I mean, we don't know everything he used, but whatever is recorded, documented, we take from there. And these are the selected verses that Prabhupada used from second chapter that we're going to recite. So before we start beginning, oh, that's where we started. The reason we chant Om Nam Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why Vasudevaya? Why not Krishnaya or Balaramaya or Ramaya? Because he is the predominating deity of consciousness. So predominating deity of consciousness means that If our consciousness get purified, then we can perceive Krishna everywhere. We'll be completely happy in the loving service. But it's not easy that consciousness purified. So we try our best and waiting for the mercy of Prabhupada and Krishna. Then journey will be over. Hopefully they will give the mercy today. So please fold your hand and repeat after me. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And together we can chant Narayanam Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nastaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Akir Bhavati Naistaki. So we began from 2.1. We're not going to responsibly, we're going to do together. Is that okay? It will be easier. Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripavistam Astu Purna Kulekshkanam Vishidantam Idam Vaikam Uvacha Madhusudana. And each of us going to recite. We can just go. Start from Dhira Lalita Prabhu. You can recite the first one, the translation.
Sanjaya said,
Louder.
Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, eyes full of tears, Madhusudana Krishna spoke the following words.
Okay, 2. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutasta Kashmalam Idam Vishame Samupastitam Anarja Justam Ashwaryam Aketikaram Arjuna. Next. Prabhu.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, how in this goodness come unto you? They are, but I am all helping in man know the value of life. They learn not to higher planes, but is infinite.
Infinite, yes. 3. Klibam Masma Gama Partha. Is it there? Okay. Klibam Masa Gama Partha Naitatai Upadate Shudram Idayam Durballam Daya Tista Parantapa. Next person. Mother.
It's not from you.
Can you relate with this? Like we go to depression, you know, the weakness of heart. When you have an object of affection and that object of affection get hurt or going to be destroyed, you get tormented. Arjuna is facing like this. This is beautiful, this chapter. Text 5. Guru nahattahi mahabhavan Sreya bhuktam balakshamapi loke Atvarta kamastu grunaniteva Unjavagan rudira pradigya. Next.
It is better to live in this world by taking than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls for my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood.
In the purport, you will see, we're not reading it, but it's very interesting that Prabhupada put it that Arjuna even asked Krishna, did you ever think of killing your guru, Sandipani Muni? And today you are telling me to kill my guru, Dronacharya, he's here. Materially, if you think, it seems like a contradicting. Why God is influencing him to do horrible things? But actually is not. God is the most merciful. We have to know Krishna's nature. He is the most affectionate, most merciful than any form of merciful or compassion idea we have. Text 7, very famous. Karpanna dosa pahata sabhava Richami tam dharma sammura cheta Jasreya sannischitam bruhitan me Shishyaste ham sadimam tvam prapannam. Next.
Now I'm very confused about the duty and have lost all the composure because of miserable weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is the best for me. Now I'm your disciple and the soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
This is very, very important sloka also. This is one of the most important sloka also. That if you ever wonder like why I cannot understand this philosophy very easily, well, there's the key point. You are not acting as a disciple. You have to really surrender to Krishna. Until we surrender, this knowledge will not be revealed. We can read whole life, we won't grasp. Grasping means examining and comprehending. That won't happen. Surrender is compulsory. Without surrender, not possible. Shishyaste ham sadimam tam prapanna. That verse should be there. Yeah, Shishyaste ham sadimam tam prapanna. That I surrender, I'm a soul surrendering to you. Please reveal. This is the key point. Very nice. Okay, 11. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Asocha Asochastam Pragyavadangsya Bhasase Gatasuna Gatamsuscha Naso Sanchati Panditaha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, they are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead.
Yeah, this is a very key point. Like if you want to save a soul and the soul in ISKCON, early days, even in early 80s, I remember we used to do some play in Calcutta that rescuing a drowning man. I'm sure you all saw it. And the person grabbed the shirt and he said, I saved him, I saved him. But it was only the shirt, clothes. And the person actually finished. And then he's happy, he's claiming that he's saved. And they said, what did you save? This is not the person, this is the cloth. So saving the body, we are so busy of protecting the body, take care of my mind and everything, but nobody cares for the soul. That's called material compassion. Spiritual compassion means you have a what? You care for soul. And if you don't care for your fundamental identity, that I'm a servant of Krishna, then you're just hovering with this material compassion. Material compassion is actually ignorance of the self-realization. It's not a great thing. So Krishna is making a little, he smiled and he's saying, you talk like such a vast philosophy now. Sounds like a fool. So text 12 together. Natu evaham jatu nasam natam neme janadipa na chaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayam ataparam.
Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Very good. This is very nice. We have to focus on, in these verses, we should focus on what? Indestructibility of spiritual reality. This is the first installment in your spiritual progression. First installment that you are eternal. So don't think you're a servant of God first. First you think you're not this body. Why Prabhupada's founding it? Because we are spirit, indestructible. We never die. There is no such thing, I'm lost. Because I'm focusing on the dead matter, so I feel I lost. So this is the first installment. This is beginning, very nice. And then 13, the famous verse. Oh, all those are famous verses. Together. Dehi nasmin jata dehi komaram jovanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastattanam muhyati. She's
As
looking
the
at
body
me.
and soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
So are you changing?
Yes. The body.
She said yes. Who is who?
The body, but not me.
Thank you. So you have to be very specific. Soul does not change. Soul is eternal. Soul is eternal. Krishna never becomes grown up. But we see that. But Krishna never transformed his nirvikar. But within that nirvikar, there is a variety. You have to think like that. You follow? He never changed. There's a Krishna's 1 year, 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second. That form is there eternally. It manifests. Looks like, oh, it was 1 minute, now it's 2 minutes. It's grown up 1 minute more. That is a wrong conception. We should not think like this. Krishna never becomes something. He is eternally there. That, how do you say nirvikar? Like a yogurt, milk turned into yogurt. This conception is wrong to think in Krishna's case. He never became or he's never become. It's all there within him. This non-differentiated Brahman is endowed with inconceivable potency which manifests into unlimited Advaitam Achyuta Anadi Anantarupam. It's so many forms Krishna has, even he is surprised. Unbelievable. It's unlimitedly.
So can I just confirm, so all the different forms of him at different ages up until youth, it's just different manifestations of him. It's not that he's growing up, is what you're saying,
Correct.
right?
Have you ever seen a old movie like they have a reel, dead film? And you see in the film, Prabhupada said that you see the man is running. He was a young boy. Now he's grown up after 10 years. But in one sense, it is showing like this. But another sense, somebody will say, no, these are just old record. It's already there. It's not like he became now, but it's all there. Something like that. Krishna is eternally Krishna. He never becomes something. But it is inconceivable in one sense. Okay, this 2.13 is the first breakout of Arjuna's question and Arjuna's dilemma. Last week we discussed what was Arjuna's confusion. That he was, like beginning we read, he had tears, his eyes were full of tears because he was confused what to do. And the reason he was confused, you can relate like this. That he was thinking all these 6 kind of aggressors in the first chapter says that aggressors, if somebody comes with a gun to kill you, is it okay to kill that guy? Or you want to let him kill you? What?
To kill.
You want to kill. And there's nothing, no sin in it.
Right.
Dharma Shastra says that. Even in America, law, if you kill the person who is attacking you, it's okay. You don't go to jail or anything. It's also in our Shastra that it's okay. 6 types of. And Kauravas did all the 6. They humiliated Draupadi, they plundered their kingdom, they literally evicted, you can say. they put a fire on Lake House, all these 6 they did. So Arjuna was bewildered because he had a 2 duty. One duty was that he represent a particular dynasty and he represent as the leader of that particular dynasty. Just like the family man, you have 10 children. What is the duty of a family man? His duty to protect the family members if they are approaching danger or something. That's his duty. So Arjuna felt that his duty is to protect these relatives and everyone. At the same time, this is called Kula Dharma, duty as a particular dynasty. Then he has another dharma called Kshatriya Dharma. Kshatriya Dharma was that he has to kill the aggressors. But unfortunately, the aggressor and the family are the same people. And he could not reconcile. How is that the grandfather? I have to kill him. He's the aggressor. Even though he knows, he was there. When Draupadi was disrobed, was Arjuna there? Yes. Was Bhishmadev there? Yes. So he knows Bhishmadev had a power. He could have stopped it. He was so powerful. He could have stopped, but he didn't. So if you have a contamination with some boil or some infection in the body, should we just keep it because you are a nice person, or we should take it out? What is your idea? Thank you. So that he did commit that, did not protest, so he should be eliminated according to Dharma Shastra. All, even Guru. So from that angle, he's supposed to kill, but then he's thinking, they raised me. Dronacharya put a bow and arrow, showed me how to learn how to fight, how to do. And he raised me to be the best archer. How can I kill him? But he is also contaminated with this. That was the biggest problem. So this sloka, the 13, is the beginning point. So because Arjuna says, should I do Kula Dharma or Kshatriya Dharma? Krishna says, you are none, neither. You are not a Kshatriya, you are not a Pandava family. Who are you? What did we just read? Huh? Your soul. Yes. This is a very nice, isn't it? Like this is a breakout. You think like this, the whole chapter is to be relishable. You can relish. It's talking about our life. Because we fall for this bodily identification. I was falling for this. Bodily identification, you need like a eating, sleeping, mating, defending, these 4 things bodily needs. We fall for it. The whole world is devastated with it. So Arjuna also had the same. So Krishna is breaking this point. Very sweet. He said, then next verse he will say, as a soul, because you are soul, what is the duty of the soul? To serve super soul. So end of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is happy. Why? Because he's pleasing Krishna. He's not doing a Kshatriya Dharma. But outside people will say, he was fighting as a Kshatriya. No, he was fighting Kshatriya under servant of Krishna. Everybody understand? Your functional identity, functional identity means you are a businessman, householder, computer scientist, whatever the functional identity you have. But fundamental identity is, I'm a servant of the servant of Krishna. That has to be on top of your functional identity. Everybody understood this? This is the bottom line of this chapter. But this is not enough. In order to act on the fundamental identity, you have to learn how to tolerate. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. So next sloka Krishna is going to say. Together. Matra sparshastu konteya sitosna sukhavilpada agama payino nitam tam titishasya bharata. Who didn't read it? Okay.
O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course, are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perceptions, O sign of art. One must learn to tolerate them without being destroyed.
And if we don't tolerate, believe me, you will not succeed in spiritual life. This is very important. Okay, next one is 15. This is also very nice. Together. Jamhina vettanti te purusham purushashva samadukha sukham dhiram samriddhatva kalpate. Who didn't read it? You did it.
No, I can't figure it out.
Here.
You can see the board.
Can you see?
Oh, there, okay. Yamhina vyatayam.
No, translation.
Oh, translation, okay. O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by the happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation.
Very good. 16.
Now,
Nasata viddate bhava, na bhava viddate sata, ubhayara vidrishtantas, tad anayostatta darshivi. Anybody didn't chant? Madhamatu?
This one.
I did.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
No, I did.
Oh, you did. What about? No, what?
no English.
Huh?
No English.
My English very.
Oh, very good. You sounded very good. You can read it. Try it. If death comes, what are you going to do? This will protect you. You think you will have it? You will face death or no? Try it.
Can I do it this time?
Okay.
Okay. Those who are serious of the truth have concluded that of the non-existent material body, there is no hindrance and of the internal of the soul. There is no change. These they have concluded by studying the nature of.
Very good. Thank you. Now it started who we are. It's so nice. We never die. Guess what? Fear is gone. When you think like you are eternal, and it's true. Okay, 217. Avinasi tu tad vidhi jena sarvam idam tatam vinasam abhyavasya na kaschit kartum arhati.
That which pervades the entire body you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul.
So sweet, yes. 18 together. Antavanta Antavanta ime deha nitta sokta sarirana anayasino pramesha tasma juddha sabharata.
The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharat.
Very good. 19. Jenam vetti hantaram jaschenam mannehatam ubhayoto na vijanito nayam hanti na hannate. Prabhu.
Neither he who thinks the living entity, the slayer, not he who thinks is slain, is in knowledge for the self slays, not nor the slain.
That doesn't mean you can go and kill somebody and say, look, I didn't kill. You say, soul, I'm a soul. Soul cannot be killed. You think it's okay he can do that or not? I mean, it's Krishna is saying, you cannot.
Are you saying is it okay to kill?
Well, right here it says one who thinks the living entity is slayer.
Right, for Arjuna, it is because Krishna is telling him.
So it's a good logic you use. What is the purpose of when at the end of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was fighting, Krishna was using his functional identity as a Kshatriya. Fundamental identity was the main. He was pleasing Krishna. He was not showing off as a Kshatriya. So whatever the functional identity we have to keep this body and our nature, whatever born with. We want to make money or we want to fight or whatever Brahmanical job. Whatever you have a intention, inclination you are born with, you have to utilize it under fundamental. Then it's not like you're going to destroy this body or suicide. That's why these are condemned. You have to maintain this body. Why? I'm not this body, then why do I have to maintain the body? Nicely.
So Krishna giving you that body, so you should care about it.
Exactly. In order to come back to our origin, whatever is given by Krishna, we must utilize it properly. So for Krishna's sake, we must take care of our body. We must engage ourselves. You follow? Not for ourselves. Then is a big problem. Just very fine differences. Can you see very fine? Yeah.
It's not also, because the super soul resides within the material body, that we should make it a prime objective to take care of it.
People still commit suicide in this world. Krishna sanctioned it. Because in this world, everything is happening not by Krishna's will. We don't want to paint Krishna like a devil, monster. No, he's not. Everything is moving by Krishna's sanction. Krishna's sanction and Krishna's will is two different things. Prabhupada was asked in a morning walk that everything is directed. 1861. Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddesho arjuna tishtati brahman sarva bhutani jantrurani mayaya. The whole world, everything, Krishna is directing all the soul. So why not Krishna direct all the soul towards him? Then the problem is over, isn't it?
Right.
You think Krishna is doing mistake or no?
He's letting us have free will.
Krishna is not directing according to his will. Krishna is directing according to individual soul's desire. So what is the best thing we can do?
To go towards him.
Very good. So then they said to Prabhupada, so if we desire to serve Krishna, then Krishna will direct towards him. Prabhupada said yes, then everything is first class. Everybody understand that logic? It's not that Krishna's will everything is running. This is not true. Otherwise he's going to paint Krishna like a big monster or something. Krishna is not like that. Krishna is sanctioning. When a child is stubborn, what can you do? Okay, 20 together. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutta bhavita va na bhuya ajo nitta sasatayam purana nahannate annamane sarire. Next.
For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. It does not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. It is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and imperishable. It is not slain when the body is slain.
It's so beautiful, those verses, like a love song, Krishna is revealing, hey, don't worry, you are eternal, never die. Even they kill you, they are not killing you. You cannot be killed. Indestructible, so nice. Okay, 22. Vasamsi nani jata vihaya navani krinnanti naro parani tatha sarirani vihaya jinani annani samjati navani dehi. Next.
As a person puts on the garments, even not old ones, it's simply accepting material bodies and
Okay, 23. Nainam chindanti shas nainam dahati pavaka na chainam kledayantavo na susayati marita. Next, someone.
The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor forced by
Okay, 24. Achedayam adhajayam akleda susayarivacha nitya sarvavato sanu achalayam sanatanam.
The individual soul is unbreakable and installable and can neither burn nor dry. It can be neither burn nor dry. It's everlasting all-pervading, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same.
Very nice. 27. Sorry. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu dhrubam janma mrityusya cha tasmadapi acharite na tvam sochitam arhasi.
One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death, one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament.
So, can you see, it may confuse. Before he says you don't die, nobody can kill you. Now he says, if you die, if you get killed, don't worry. Can you see the two difference? He's not talking about the soul here. He's talking about the body, right? Everybody understanding that? Very good. And when you have a contaminated body, it's better it should be dead. And you should be excited. Why? Because if you are a dharmic, three things this chapter began with. First thing is, Arjuna is confused. What will happen? Should we do anything or don't do? Run away, live by begging? Then better than that is that if you do your dharma. Why it is better than confusion? Most of the people in America, they don't know what to do. They think they do, but actually they're confused. Better than that is dharma. Why? Because if you do dharma, next birth is higher. You'll go to heaven. You follow? And better than that, Krishna introduced end of this chapter, Naishkam Karma Yoga. Better than dharma is Naishkam Karma Yoga. Why? If you kill without any desire, I mean, if you do your job without any result for the higher cause, why it is better? Because Krishna told to Arjuna that if you are confused here, then you die, you take birth here and you suffer. But if you do dharma while you are living, then you go to higher planet. But Niskam Karma Yoga is better than that because when you die, you go to spiritual world. Everybody understanding? There's a three gradation in this chapter, in the beginning. So this is last verse, Evam Brumi, that very nice, Prabhupada gave a very nice purport on that. So this is very nice. Okay, we did 40. Oh, 40. This is a famous verse too. Together. Neha Vikramana Shasti Pratavayu Jananikate Salpamupi Asya Dharmasya Trayate Mahatuvaya.
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of faith.
Say if you don't do anything after today, because you recited all these verses, those things are permanent. Two things Mahaprabhu took from Madhacharya Sampradaya. One thing was that everything you do in this Bhakti Yoga is permanent, eternal. Even we recited this Bhagavad Gita sloka today, we're discussing, this is permanent in your bank balance. It will never destroy, even if you become horrible creature or you become a monster from tomorrow, rest of the life. Still these things will be staying with you. It's never lost. And in order to go further, Prabhupada said, if you finish 27%, exactly like this, I don't know where he got the number, but I'm just repeating. He said, next time you will start 28%. You will not start from again scrolling baby. What is Gita? I don't know. Yeah, you may say like this, but whatever you finish this life, you will start from there, next life. It's so beautiful, Bhakti Yoga, isn't it? We should feel happy. Whatever we can progress, we should be happy that Krishna has given this privilege, and next life he'll give better privilege because I'll start where I left if I could not finish. But it is better, Prabhupada said, you don't want your guru to come back again to take you back. Better you finish, go back. Yes.
So is that only in relation to bhakti yoga? It's not in relation to what, let's say, my body?
No, only
It's
bhakti
only
yoga.
bhakti.
They have to all suffer for reaction they do.
So even if they're even if, let's say, my body is engaged in, reading Bhagavad Gita or whatnot, is that not?
It is not the Bhagavad Gita, it is the conception they have when they take shelter of it.
So it's not the activity, but it's the mindset that you do.
Yes. Because they want to exploit their idea of Bhagavad Gita, they want to understand Bhagavad Gita so they can get liberation. After that, they don't care. This is horrible. Okay, 41. Very nice. Devasatmika buddhireka gurunandana bahusakahi anantascha buddhaya vevasainam. Go ahead.
Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Purus, the intelligence of those who are pure salute is many branch.
Means if you are not fixed on one, you will be disturbed by many. Everybody understood? If you are not fixed on Krishna, you will be disturbed by this idea, that philosophy, that God, this group, that group is like confusion. So what should we do? Fix on one. Krishna consciousness, that's it. Then you will not be disturbed. Because everything will say, oh yeah, I know why this is here, but this is Krishna says this. You will have no disturbance. So be remembered. This is very nice. 42, 43 together. Yeah. Jamimam puspitam bhajam Pravadanti avipshita Vedavada Bhavata Nana Astiti Vadina Kamatmana Sarga Para Janma Karma Phalapradam Iya Vishesha Bahulam Bhogesha Jagatim Prati. Mother Parija, go ahead.
Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resulting in good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous for sense gratification and outward life, they say that there is nothing more than this.
This reminds me of this morning, Mother Akuti gave class. She said, there was a group, something like that, she said. And she said, they don't know where they are heading. They are all going one place. But she said, but hurry up, we don't have time. We need to go. Where we are going? It's not, we don't know. It's not important. Let's hurry up. Wow, how people fall for it. And they do. They hurry up, let's go. Where we are going? We don't know yet, but let's.
We'll find out when we get there.
This is a problem, really, this problem. If you really look at the people's life, are they aware where they're heading actually? No, they're not. They're just going. They think they will end up with somewhere. Of course they will end up with somewhere. Okay, 44. Bhoga Ishadja Prashaktanam Bhaya Parita Chetasam Devasatmika Buddhi Samadhana Vidhiyate. English.
Okay, English. In the minds of those who attach the sense of enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place.
Okay, 45. Traigunna Visaya Veda Nistraigunna Bhavarjuna. Again, Traigunna Visaya Veda Nistraigunna Bhavarjuna. Nidanda Nitta Saptasto Nijogoski Mahatman.
Vedas deal nature with the subject of three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from the dualities and from all anxiety for gain and safety. And this
46. Can somebody keep them a little bit? They are excited. Okay, together. Javanartha samutloke tavan sarvesu vedesu brahmanasya vijantam. Someone?
The translation.
Just
All
speak up.
purposes served by a small well cannot once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind it.
Very good. 47, the famous Hindu verse. I mean, it's Krishna's verse, but every Hindu big family, in their office, you'll see big on the wall, they frame this sloka. Together. E karmani avadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetuhu ma te sangasta karmani.
You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty.
Very good. The Hindus, they love it. 48. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam yukta dhananjaya siddha siddho samabhutta samattam yoga uchyate. Someone keep going.
Perform your duty, have repose to Arjuna, abandoning the attachment to success freedom. Such equanimity is called yoga.
49. Dure nahi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddho saranam ancha kripana phalahitava. Next.
O Dhananjaya, rid yourself of all fruitless activities by devotional service and surrender fully to that consciousness. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers.
50. Buddhi yukta. Okay. Buddhi yukta yahatiha ubhe sakriti duskrite tasmad yoga yujjasa yoga karma sukusalam.
A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions, even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work.
Very good. 51. Karma.
Yes, 55.
Oh, really? Not 51? Okay, 55. Okay. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Yeah.
That's 56. 55 is yada.
Jatate moho kalilam. Oh, that's 52. Okay, that's okay. Jadate moha kalilam buddhi veti shayati tadha ganthasi nirvedam sota bhasya sutasya cha.
When intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard.
Okay. Next, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Prajahati jada kaman sarvan partha manogatam atmani vatmana tusta stita pragyad rachate.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness.
56. This is a one verse, you should keep it on your throat. Whenever you have trouble, you can recite that verse. Dukkeshu anadvignamana sukheshu vigata spriya vidaraga bhaya krodha stitadhi muni uchyate. Go ahead.
One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries, are elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger is called a sage of steady mind.
Okay, then next is Deolalita Prabhu, then you automatically go, please. So you don't have to say it. Okay, 57. Jasarvarthana Vinesha Tattat Prapa Subhasubham Abhinandati Nadesti Tasya Pragyapatishta.
In the material world, one who is unaffected by whatever good or evil he may obtain, neither praising it nor despising it, is firmly fixed in the perfect knowledge.
59. Don't suppress. This is very good. Vishaya vinirvartante niraharasatihina rasavarjam rasopasya param dishta nivartate. Prabhu, you are automatically after the Lalita.
Because the embodied soul may restricted from science enjoyment. The test of the science object remains, but ceasing such engagement by extracting higher test, he is fixed in consciousness.
Very good. 60. Whatever. Okay. Jatatapi kunteya purushasya vipaschita indriyani paramathini haranti prasavam mana.
The senses are so strong and precious for Arjuna that they forcibly carry away the mind even of man of discrimination who is endeavoring to control that.
Very good. 61. We have to do quick. Tani sarvani samyaya yukta siddhamaparaha asihi jasindriyani tasya pratyapatishta.
One who restrains his senses, keeping them under full control, and fixes his consciousness upon me is known as a man of steady intelligence.
62. Devato vishayan pumsa sankasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kama kama krodha vijayate.
While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment to them, and from such attachments, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises.
Krodhat bhavati sammohat sammohat smiti vibhrama smiti bhangsat buddhinasa buddhinasa pranishati. In case if you ever thought, how did you fell down here? This is the 3 verses, one after another explain. Okay, translation.
From delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when the intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material world.
That's how it came down. Okay, 64. Raga desa vimaktestu vishayani priyescharan atma vaishya dayatma prasadam abhigacchati.
But a person.
But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his sense through regulated principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. 65.
This is another beautiful verse. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasu pajayate prasanna istasahiyasu buddhi upastite.
For one thus satisfied in Krishna consciousness, the threefold miseries of material existence exist no longer. In such satisfied consciousness, one's intelligence is soon well established.
Yes. 66. Nas. What is that?
Yes, no comment.
Nasti buddhi ajuktasya na chaktasya bhavana na cha bhavataya santi rasantasya kutosukam.
One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
This is such a good logic. This is so beautiful, that verse. We should memorize all those verses. Okay, let's do the next one. Indriyanam hi charatam jamano nubitave dadasharati prigyam vayunam ramsasi. Keshav.
Oh, 26. As a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence.
It's horrible. That's how you get tempted. Next, together. Jani sa sarva bhutanam taisam jagrati samjami yasavam jagrati bhutani sani sa pasyato muni.
What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control. And the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective sage.
70. Apurjamana chala pratistam samudramapa pravishanti jatvat tadvat kamajam pravishanti sarve sasanti mapnati na kama kami.
A person who is not distributed by the incense flow of desires that enters like rivers into the ocean, which ever being filled but is always still can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strips the status of such desires.
Okay, very good. We are done for now. Just for this, I didn't realize. So I'm just going to summarize because of the time, all the questions very quickly. Question raised that, does purposeless mean to be powerless? What does it mean to compare and contrast purposeless and powerless? Well, first of all, we need a strong sense of purpose to translate whatever talents we have into tangible achievement. However, even if we have a purpose, even if we fulfill it, the resulting achievement won't bring fulfillment. If that purpose is external to our spiritual essence. For example, some people may aspire to plant a victory flag, and he may come to a mountain, and after climbing all the way up to the mountain, he put the flag, and he noticed that nobody even see it from the ground. But he wanted to show that I own this mountain. You know, I have the flag here. I am the man. But when he climbed all the way up and put the flag, he realized like nobody even see it. He never see it already. So sometimes we think like, this is it, I won. But when you get it, let's see, like, nobody even cares. So like, and this is a fact. So sometimes we feel like that, oh, I want to be famous, you know, I want to have a purposeful. All this idea is good, nothing wrong, but we have to put it in a proper perspective. So what we should think? Well, purposelessness can befall us not just after achieving our purpose, but also more commonly after failing to achieve it. If like a athlete got injury, and if rejection shatters a romantic life, say for example the boy is trying to give the ring to girl, and the girl said, no, I'm not ready for it. Then what happened? He may feel like there is nothing to live for. I mean, emotionally somebody can feel like that. I can see myself was there also in one time in my life. So people commit, you know, suicidal or even commit suicide. Not just because many things have gone wrong in their life, but often because those wrong things have left them purposeless. Everybody understand the point? So, can't we come up with some other purpose? Possibly. But when with that purpose we will meet the same eventuality of dissatisfaction after fulfilling the purpose of frustration, after failing to fulfill it. Here in Bhagavad Gita, it empowers us with an enduring, lasting, continuing, and fulfilling purpose. The purpose of connecting with Krishna through loving service. And especially
Haribol Prabhu, we can't hear. Oh, there's no sound.
Hare Krishna, Pran Govinda, Prabhu. We don't have any sound on Zoom. Hare Krishna.